See, madness, as you know, is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Hi everyone, so this is the look I'm going to show you how to do today. It is the Joker look, and I was planning on releasing this sooner, but unfortunately because I've just moved house it just didn't work out the way that I wanted it to. So I'm starting off with gluing my eyebrows down. I'm just using a regular Pritt Stick and then powdering it to set it. Then I'm using a white Snazaroo paint to do a jaggedy edge down the middle of my face. It's okay if it's messy because you are going to make this look like your face is literally just cracked in half. Then we're using the same white Snazaroo face paint to fill in one side of the face. So I am trying to get the white side of the face as opaque as possible, and because I have got a lace front wig on, the lace is slightly getting revealed in the process. Then I am using a red Snazaroo face paint and I'm going to outline the mouth with this. So currently I am using a red eyeshadow from a Laroc eyeshadow palette which I got from eBay. I probably shouldn't be using this, but for the purpose of the video we're going ahead. Now we are adding some shading around the edges of the lips with a brighter colour than the red Snazaroo face paint that we've already used. And then we are pulling the red eyeshadow out into the white face paint in lots of little thread kind of effects along the edge. You do have to build this up and just keep pulling it away from the mouth. And then I'm going in with a black eyeshadow from the same palette just to separate the side of the mouth and make it look a little bit deeper. Back to the red Snazaroo face paint. And again we're just adding this around the edges just to darken where we've put the eyeshadow slightly. Now we're going in with the blues. I'm starting off with a light blue and just applying that roughly around where I'm going to do the eye makeup. I'm going in the fingers because, you know, you get more product. Same on the top of the eye. Again, this doesn't have to be neat. Now with a light blue Snazaroo face paint. And what we are doing now is we are starting to add the layers so that it's not just one solid blue around the eyes. Dark blue. And then just pull up that dark blue into the other colours. Again, just do this quite messy. If you try too hard, it just doesn't look right. We're just making sure that there aren't any gaps in the centre of the dark blue. And then we're adding a few little splatters around the blue. Back to the white Snazaroo face paint. And what we're doing now is we're adding some definition to the lips.
What are you doing?
I'm a joker. So now we're going in with the red face paint again, the same one that we used for the mouth. And we are just outlining the eyebrow. Trying on them grills. Now with black Snazaroo face paint again, we are just underlining the eyebrow a little bit to make it look a bit more pronounced. Red paint, and we are basically just using the red, black and white to add some definition and make that eyebrow look a little bit more 3D. Now with the black eyeshadow, we are going to give the eyebrow and the mouth a little bit of shadow. So now I'm going to use the Strawberry Jean palette in the shades Haze and Blue Sky. And I'm just looking for a fluffy brush. I'm applying the lighter shade on the inner corner of my eye and just blending that outwards. Again, I want this to be pretty messy, so I'm kind of layering that up and feathering it out. Adding some of the darker shade on the outer side of the eye and just pulling that right round into the crease. Blend it with the finger. And then I'm going to go in with a black shade from the Laroc palette to create a smoky look. I'm doing that in the outer corner of the eye and pulling that under the eye as well. Then I'm going to use the purples from the same palette. I'm literally just using a mixture of the different purples because I don't just want it to be one set colour. Using a lighter colour on the inner corner of the eye. Blending that black back into the purple in the crease. Then I'm using the same purples that I used for my eyes on the contour of the jawbone. Just blending that out with a big kabuki brush. Using a bit of black just to define it, but not too much. Pulling that right round into the temples and the forehead. Now I'm using a black shade from the Laroc palette again, and I'm just outlining the edges of the white face paint. And again, just to add some depth to the face paint, we are using the black paint again, and just literally going along the edge of the white face paint, but before the shadow. I was using shade Redrum.
Redrum.
by Jeffree Star.
And again, this doesn't have to be really perfect. I am roughly outlining my lips, but I'm not really concentrating on doing it perfectly. And now I've decided that I'm going to take the whole face paint look down to my chest and shoulders. Well, I say shoulders, I kind of missed them out and just did my chest. Again, with the black shadow, we're just going to follow the same detail down the neck that we did on the face. As some areas we want them to look deeper, so I pull it out further and also just add a little bit more product in some areas. And the same thing with the black Snazaroo face paint. Process of writing damaged on the forehead, which I really struggled with because in the mirror it's all backwards and I just could not do it. Like, I was looking left and my brush was going right. It was terrible. So I got a printout and I used that to help give me a little bit of guidance of what it needed to look like backwards. On the cheek. We're doing the same sort of thing with the ha-has all over the chest, and I'm not really focusing on size or presentation of them because I do want them to look messy how they are on the Joker. Eyeliner back on. Then we're using a little bit of black eyeshadow again, and we're going to add some depth to the writing on the chest and the writing on the forehead as well as the J. just going along and adding bits of definition here and there. It's not something that you need to do, but I just felt like it needed a little bit. Then once this is all done, the look is finished. It's just time to take the hair down, which that was a hassle because I was scared of my wig falling off. This is literally the first time I've wore a wig, and I wasn't even sure how to put it on my head, but here it is.
Whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you a stranger. Everything burns in little pieces and feeds you to your pooches. And then we'll see how loyal a hungry dog really is. Now, a little fighting you. I like that. Do you want to know why I use a knife? Guns are too quick. You can't savor all the little emotions. You see, in their last moments, people show you who they really are. So, in a way, I knew your friends better than you ever did. Would you like to know which of them were cowards?
Thanks for watching my video. I do hope it was easy to follow. I will leave all of my social media links down in the description box for you. I hope I will see you again next time. Maybe hit that subscribe or like button.